Coming up on UT 10 News, 2 presidential candidates were on campus recently.
And we'll also follow a questionable call by the athletic department.
Plus, Cody Connolly has highlights from the club hockey team's icy reception of Ohio University. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Kurtz.
And I'm Angelique Baird.
Dr. Michelle Wheatley was the first presidential candidate to come to campus last Thursday.
That's right, Andrew. Reporter Zainab Shaib was at the open forum in Dorman Theater.
Dr. Michelle Wheatley is one of the 3 final candidates for University of Toledo's 17th president. From 2009 to 2014, Wheatley was a provost and vice president for academic affairs at West Virginia University. She also served as a professor and senior advisor to the president.
I'm very capable of building partnerships and solving really big problems. I'm not scared by complexity, and I think I've handled a very complex environment in all of my roles, and so I think I'm ready to hit the ground running.
Wheatley focused on courage, the ability to reframe a problem, and a sense of urgency.
I think that she's really focused on all of us working together to make this university a better place.
Over 400 people of the Toledo community came to learn about the presidential candidate.
I'm Zainab Shaib for UT 10 News.
Dr. Christopher Howard, the second presidential candidate, was on campus yesterday, and I was at Dorman Theater to learn more about him and his goals for UT. Dr. Howard has been president of Hampton-Sydney College since 2009. In that time, he has eliminated a $2 million deficit while increasing retention rate to a 25-year high. Howard is confident his background makes him a deserving candidate for the president position at UT.
I'm someone who's coming from a background that I think has dealt with myriad problems across society, whether it be in the military, whether they be in corporate, whether they be in nonprofit, and I think I bring a vantage point that's a little bit different and unique in a time that's very challenging financially.
At the forum, students and faculty had the opportunity to ask the candidate questions. Howard gave answers on faculty wage negotiations, student involvement, and ways to better the university.
When it comes to operations, when it comes to efficiency, folks need to be all in, committed, feel supported, so they can kind of do the work they need for the institution to be successful.
If you missed this forum, you can see all candidate open forums on the university's presidential search website. The UT Athletic Department has tried to hook up with Tinder. A flyer was distributed through social media and on main campus by the athletic department. It was promoting a Tinder social during the men's basketball game on February 13th. This event rewarded students for using the hookup app. Tinder found out through Twitter and demanded UT remove Tinder's name from the promotion. According to Marketing and Promotions Director Heather Lutz, the university then changed the promotion to a Valentine's Day event where students could win prizes through a raffle. The Ottawa Hills Deer Task Force met on February 16th to discuss concerns about the deer population. The meeting took place at the high school and had speakers from the Ohio Department of Resources who presented possible wildlife management options. There are an estimated 75 deer living within the nearly 2 square miles that make up Ottawa Hills. One option discussed is the use of sharpshooters to reduce the deer population.
This is a very controversial issue, and nobody wants to kill Bambi, right?
The task force will hold 3 more meetings for residents before making a decision this spring.
The 30th annual BashCon took place at the Student Union Auditorium.
And reporter David Duffy got his game on over the weekend.
Airmen from all across the nation come out to BashCon 30 for the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
BashCon 30 was last week, February 20th to the 22nd. Tickets were $10 for a one-day and $15 for a weekend pass, but was free to UT students. BashCon is run by Danielle Gamble and other students and alumni.
People from all over the Toledo community and from the region come here to experience all the different kinds of games we have available.
BashCon included a video game arcade, Pathfinder, and Dagger battle game room. The exhibitors hall was full of vendors from all over the country. The event was sponsored by the University of Toledo Bash. The total cost was $13,000 on the convention this year, and the head count was about 1,000 guests.
A new ProMedica medical office has opened at Bay Park Hospital in Oregon. The after-hours office opened on February 16th and offers patients another option for non-emergency care during evening and weekend hours. Staffed by nurse practitioners, the clinic provides treatment for minor conditions, from fevers and coughs to allergic reactions.
Similar to your provider's office, we do simple, quick, sick visits. You would have minimal waiting time and obviously a lot lower copay.
Only 10 miles from campus, just off Wheeling Street, the clinic is open weekdays 6 to 11 p.m. and weekends noon to 7 p.m. For the second year in a row, the Office of Student Involvement hosted UT Night Out. Students reeled in discounted walleye tickets to Friday's game against the Cincinnati Cyclones. OSI purchased 100 tickets at $13 each and sold them for $7. The tickets sold out and the students rocked out at the Huntington Center as the walleye won 3-1.
It's great for students to get outside of the classroom, off campus, have fun, enjoy themselves, and show how proud they are to be a Rocket.
UT will be hosting another night out with the Toledo Mud Hens on April 17th. The Department of Theater and Film is performing a classic play for their spring season opener. Twelfth Night is a famous Shakespearean comedy about relationships and mistaken identity. Over 15 students and community members performed in Center Theater at the Center for Performing Arts. 459 people were in attendance for the opening weekend. The play will also be performed this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For more information, visit our website.
It was a huge weekend in Rocket sports. Unfortunately for Toledo fans, most of the action took place out of town. The baseball and softball teams continued to play in warmer climates, and the men's basketball team hit the road for Kalamazoo to take on Western Michigan. But we'll start with the women's team, who drove up to Ypsilanti to take on Eastern Michigan in a game that would see more Rocket fans in attendance than Eagles fans. The Rockets looked to avenge an early season loss to the Eagles at home. Dan O'Gara would get the Rockets started with a nice pump fake and a jumper here for 2 of her 16 points. Despite the hot start, the Rockets found themselves trailing at the half. Turnovers continued to be an issue for Toledo as the second half got started. Renee Harris would help Toledo right the ship as they mounted their comeback. Janice Monacana would tie the game at 66 as she hit one of her three-pointers. From there, Sophie Reeker would seal the 81-72 comeback against the Eagles.
It was huge. I think that they're a very difficult team to beat because they're so scrappy. And, you've got to have a lot of different people touching the ball in order to win. It's not like one person can come down and off a ball screen beat them. So our whole team had to pull together.
Toledo will take the court again tomorrow as they host Western Michigan live on BCSN. While the women came from behind at Eastern, the men headed to Kalamazoo for a key matchup with the Broncos. After losing in overtime at home to Western earlier in the season, the men were also out for revenge. Senior guard Juice Brown paced the Rockets with 19 points as all 5 starters scored in double digits. Toledo led for nearly the entire game, and Coach Kowalczyk called this a big win against a very good team. The Rockets now have a 5-game MAC road winning streak and lead the MAC West. They look for a season sweep as they host Northern Illinois tonight in Savage Arena. With record lows outside, the UT club hockey team worked on freezing out Ohio University at the Ice House on Friday night. The Rockets came into the contest on a 5-game winning streak. After a slow start, Brent Bain would get the steal and send the puck to Zach Bourne to get Toledo on the board. From there, it was all Rockets as Bourne scored the second of his 4 goals on the night. Cody Popovich got into the action too as he slaps one in off his own rebound to extend Toledo's lead. Ross Pillmore would close it out for the Rockets as he went top shelf on a breakaway, leading Toledo to a 9-0 win.
Bourne's had a tremendous season, always been a backbone for our team. For him to get his confidence even higher is great as we make this push to regionals.
The hockey team would finish off their home schedule with the 6-4 win over OU on Saturday afternoon.
Thanks, Cody. That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And remember, you can watch the live stream of our newscast production every Tuesday morning at 10:30 on our YouTube channel. For Angelique Baird, Coney Connolly, and all of our crew, I'm Andrew Kurtz. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news on the UT campus.